This afternoon will be at the Accra Sports Stadium, where our representative, that is Nsoatreman, will come up against Constantine from Algeria. It's going to be an interesting game here, as Nsoatreman will be attempting to get a very good result in the first leg of this fixture. They are also attempting to follow suit what Dreams FC did last season by getting to the semi-finals of the CAF Confederation Cup. Nsoatreman are attempting to do that, and we're hoping that they will go through the preliminary stages, hopefully, and qualify for the group stage. Then we take things from there. This afternoon, in their way, is one of the big teams from Algeria, that is Constantine, and Nsoatreman would be very, very happy coming up against a team like this, and would be hoping that they would get that result. Remember that Nsoatreman started their CAF Confederation Cup journey as they beat ETP Elect from Chad by 3-0 in the first leg at the Accra Sports Stadium, and the second leg saw Nsoatreman got a 2-0 win, meaning that they had a 5-0 aggregate win in that one. And this afternoon, standing in their way is CS Constantine from Algeria. It's going to be an interesting game. Remember that Constantine themselves had to overcome Rwanda's AS Police to get to this stage of the competition. So it promises to be an interesting one, and we're all looking forward to this afternoon's game at the Accra Sports Stadium. My name is Mutala Yakubu, and I'm not in the studios alone. I've been joined by my colleague Nana Edu, who will help me do the analysis. Our team of commentators, that is Nana Dakwa JC and of course Josiah Okokwe, are standing by the Accra Sports Stadium as they bring us some sweet commentary. But we can't be here talking about Nsoatreman and their quest or the adventure in the CAF Confederation Cup without talking about the Ghana Premier League, because match day one promised, match day one gave us some interesting results, and we are hoping that match day 2 would give us same. So quickly, let's go through all the results for the fixtures for match day 2. It starts tomorrow at the Legon Sports Stadium, where Legon Cities will come up against Mediema. Then on Sunday, it is Bechem United against Adriana FC. Brekum Chelsea will also be playing Karela. There's a big one at the Pando Sports Stadium, because two hearts will be clashing. That is the heart of the Lion and the heart of the Oak, as they will do battle in that one. Remember that Heart of Oak lost their opening game in this year's Ghana Premier League when they were beaten by new entrants Baseke Holy Stars by a 0-0. So let's see how that one goes. Holy Stars will be playing their first ever Premier League game at home as they take on Dreams FC. Young Apostles would also be hosting Nations FC in Wenchi. Then on Monday, it is Accra Lions against Vision FC. Kumasi Asante Kotoko's game against Nsoatreman has been postponed because the latter would be playing their preliminary game this afternoon at the Accra Sports Stadium against CS Constantine. So that game will be rescheduled. Then Samatex were also due to play Bebeni Gold Stars, but that game has also been postponed because Samatex would also be playing on Sunday in the CAF Champions League preliminary stage. So these are the fixtures coming up in match day 2 of the Ghana Premier League. Now, let's go through the standings shortly. Nsoatreman will not be playing this weekend, but already they have 3 points in the bag. Asante Kotoko, Baby Gold Stars and Holy Stars all have 3 points. Mediema also got a win in their opener, but the likes of Adriana, Heart of Lions, Bechem United, Brekum Chelsea all got a point from the opening game. So that is how things are shaping up with the Ghana Premier League. Brekum Chelsea all having 1 point. Dreams FC, Nations FC, Samatex and Vision FC all getting a point, but some teams, well, the likes of Heart of Folk, did not get any points in the opening day of the Ghana Premier League. Accra Lions, Heart of Folk, Karela, Legon Cities and the Young Apostles would all be hoping that match day 2 will bring them some points. So let's see how that one goes. Nanedo is here with me. Nanedo will be talking about Nsoatreman briefly, but first of all, let's talk about the opening day of the Ghana Premier League. The shocker, the big news was that Heart of Folk continued from where they stopped last season. They lost to new entrants Baseke Holy Stars.
And I will not be surprised, it will continue for some time, because I think they did not have the best of preseason. Looking at the matches they played and how they started their preseason. You remember they started their preseason with the, justify your inclusion. Some players came through the training grounds, tried to make sure they will impress the coach. No matter what I said, they'll be part of the team going to next season. So they did all the screening and make sure they selected one or few players before signing some, 5 or 6 players to make it complete for the new season. So our House of Folk team now, they were passing through some struggles and stuff before they moved to Togo for some 2 weeks preseason and came back. So they didn't get enough preseason matches and ball. Until Marvin said the team was not really ready for the new season. So personally, I think the team will peak after match day 5 in the Ghana Premier League. The first 2-3 games will be like a preseason game. So I don't even expect them to go to Kwando and get a maximum win against Kwando House of Lions. The best result for them will be a draw. I'm tipping Kwando House of Lions to pick a win, and they will come back at home to play Bechem United. So I think the first 2, 3, 4, 5 games in the Ghana Premier League will be like a preseason for House of Folk.
Do you think the management or the board are right to throw their support behind Coach Abubakar Ouattara and the technical team, despite the fact that match day 1 started on a rough note for them?
Mutala Krom had who said management and as a board be through the support behind a technical team. It means so it tells you pressure has started coming on the team, and people are calling on the head of the coach because they think before the end of last season the performance was not really good. They are starting a new season, first game against Basiki Holy Stars, where you know the Ghana Premier League are. They are home games that everybody is expecting to get the maximum 3 points for every team. So, Obabaseke Holy Stars as a House of Folk team now will struggle against them. You consider the first goal under 5 minutes. Yeah, they are about 90 minutes a year. We were not able to score a goal against Baseke Holy Stars. It tells you there are a lot of problems within the House of Folk team. So, I think these are all signs that say, coach, they are a very good preseason now. They will fight very hard to make sure they come to the level of Asante Kotoko, Samates, and of course, Mediama that I'm tipping to win the Ghana Premier League. So I think, personally, I'm not really impressed with what I've seen from House of Folk team. For what I saw at Accra Sports Stadium, Basiki Holy Stars team was too good for House of Folk to contain. So I doubt the team will pick up after the first 5 games.
Well, I'm sure on a Tuesday we'll have a lot to talk about when match day 2 come to a conclusion. The GPO headquarters will come your way on Tuesday on Max TV at 3 p.m. and there's a lot to talk about, from Asante Kotoko, who will not be playing the game, to Heart of Folk, who will be taking on Pando Heart of Lions. We are going to see a lot of action this weekend. Let's now switch our attention and focus on the game of the day, that is Nsoatreman coming up against Constantine from Algeria. It is the second preliminary stage game that is being played at the Accra Sports Stadium, and this is the first leg. Remember that Nsoatreman did the double over TP Elect in the first stage of the preliminary round. Now, I mean, let's talk about the first stage. Nsoatreman came up against TP Elect from Chad. Yes, you wouldn't say TP Elect are a powerhouse, but Nsoatreman did the business against them, beating them 5-0 on aggregate. You know,
Mutala, a team from Chad, yeah, it tells you, they are not powerhouse when it comes to African football. Even though Nsoatreman's first time of playing in the interclub competition, the Confederations Cup, is this particular season, but the pedigree when it comes to Ghana football in the interclub competition. We are better than a team from Chad. So I was not expecting, say, a team if Chad, but a team from Ghana to qualify ahead of us in the Confederations Cup. So I was not really surprised, Nsoatreman was able to beat them. When you look at the scoreline, they were able to win in Chad, and of course, they came back to this country and picked the maximum win. So the Nsoatreman team was too good for some of these teams to contain them. And when you look at the team that won the FA Cup in Ghana football and the team that is participating in the interclub competition, there's been a massive improvement. Even though coach in the bay, I feel that when you're barely 2 months in the club, try to make sure, in the tactics and the system of the formation of the he will put on these guys. And I think it's working well for them. Looking at the kind of signings he did before the start of the new season, which I can say Nsoatreman as a football club has done a great job. So I was not really surprised at the end of the game, they were able to eliminate a team from Chad. Going forward, that is where I think it's going to be difficult. So most of the times, you need a strong mentality to beat teams from North Africa. But I think beating a team from Chad and said that achievement can say when it comes to a team from Ghana. But I think they've done well to get
But
to
you would have to credit someone like Nsoatreman because he hadn't spent much time with the team. He took over, I think, just a few months before this game
like
against TP. Yeah, 2 months before this game against TP Lex. But you could see his handprint already on the team. You could see that pattern of play, that telepathy among the Nsoatreman team.
You know, Nsoatreman is one of the experienced coaches that we have in the local scene. Coaching teams like Great Olympics, House of Folk. He coached Efien Uba from Nigeria to compete in the Confederations Cup. So, we have experience in the interclub competition in recent times when it comes to African football. So, I'm sure, you know, a team like Nsoatreman took the right decision to appoint him to succeed Master Kunodu, who was their former coach and who was their head coach. And I think they took the right decision in bringing in Nsoatreman to take over from him. So I think it's a good thing for Nsoatreman to come and coach in Nsoatreman. He has brought in some 1 or 2, 3 players into the team to make sure the team will be stronger for next season. So the sign is not yet an improved Nsoatreman team that we saw last season in the Ghana Premier League. So the best signings has been one of the signings of Moya bringing in, you know, Ankara, formerly of Bofakwata, that central defender, to join the team, and some few players from the local scene. So, like I said, he did the right signing to make sure Nsoatreman team will be ready for the interclub competition.
Yes, I said you're kind of talking about the fact that if it was it's a team against Chad, you wouldn't really be overexcited over the results, but let's look at Nsoatreman playing at the Accra Sports Stadium. It is not their comfort ground. We all know where their strength lies. That is the Nana Kromansa Park in Nsoatre. But this time, they have to make do of the Accra Sports Stadium because the Nana Kromansa Park has not been approved for CAF games. Playing at the Accra Sports Stadium or playing away from home can be a bit awkward. But Nsoatreman were able to hold their own and manage to beat TP Lex. This afternoon, they are coming up against a stiffer opponent in CS Constantine. Accra Sports Stadium once again. I'm
hoping they will get that maximum support in Accra because I think, you know, from Nsoatre to Accra, a journey Accra. So they don't have the supporters in Accra, and I think most of the people in Accra, I understand it's a free gate. So it means he just entered Accra Sports Stadium, watch the CAF Confederation Cup involving, you know, Nsoatreman and of course Constantine. So I'm hoping so many of that maximum support in our Accra Sports Stadium. The most important thing is the coach need to be, you know, tactically perfect to handle teams from North Africa. So one yes sir, in a situation like this, not a little mistake or the heart of the central defense Agrobedu. So I think personally the Nsoatreman team need to be tactically perfect before they can beat a team from Algeria. You need at least 2 or 3 goals before you move to Algeria because in Algeria they have a way of getting the maximum result when they are looking for it. So personally, I think that they need to improve on their goal scoring. Even though they scored 2 from away, they scored 2 at home. But at least a game against Constantine, at least 2, 3, 4, 5 goals will make a statement to the rest of the teams in Africa that Nsoatreman is here to stay and make an impact in the Confederation Cup. So I'm expecting them to score at least 2 or more goals in our Accra Sports Stadium. Of course, so this is the dressing room of CS Constantine as they come up against Nsoatreman in a few minutes' time. Constantine themselves had to do it the hard way against AS Police from Rwanda. That is how they managed to qualify to this stage of the competition. They are no minnows to this competition. And I think, you know, once they've tasted at least a game or 2 in the Confederation Cup, they come into this game with much confidence. And, you know, in this kind of competition, ball last game, you know, home advantage because you have a fair idea as to the opposition and the boy when you were playing against them at their home in their home ground. So it means going back to Algeria, they will find a way to get the maximum result. That is why I'm saying Nsoatreman need to find a way at least 2, 3 goals over the Accra Sports Stadium. And remember confidence going into Algeria in a few weeks' time. So I think personally the most important is for them to get more goals at Accra Sports Stadium. That is what I'm expecting Nsoatreman to get in the park.
TP Lex could not score any goal against Nsoatreman, but guess what? Constantine went to Rwanda and got 2 goals against Police FC before beating them 2-0 at home as well. So it shows that Constantine can also score home and away. It doesn't matter where they play.
But it means they can concede 2 because against Police FC they conceded 1 goal before they went home to win by 2 goals. It means they are scoring, but they can concede 2. When you look at the strength of this Nsoatreman team, they score a lot. They have a striker who is in top form, try to score all the goals for Nsoatreman. So the most important thing is to create chance for the striker to score more goals. So I'm expecting a lot from this Nsoatreman team, that they need to find a way to score at least 2, 3, 4 goals at Accra Sports Stadium. Remember with the upper hand. When you look at them in the summer test match, it looks like Nsoatreman's chance of qualifying is higher than the summer test team. So personally, I think Nsoatreman can get more.
But it can be tricky when you are playing a North African side, especially when you are playing the first leg at home. You need to get a good result before you travel outside the country. What will be a good result for Nsoatreman?
Personally, I think anything above 2 goals will be good for them. Anything above 2 goals will be good for them.
Anything above 2 goals. But it's also important to prevent them from scoring, prevent Constantine from scoring. Because when you one goal crowd had it will boost their confidence going into the second leg.
In this particular stage, away goal is very important. So the most important thing for Nsoatreman is for not to concede. That is the most important thing. Don't concede. And I think with the help of Anot Morrison, Ankara, and all those defenders in the Nsoatreman team, I'm expecting them to hold on to this Constantine attack, because for them to get 2 goals against Police FC, it means they can score from all angles. So try and make sure you prevent them from scoring. That is the most important thing for Nsoatreman.
Okay, so these are live shots or live images coming from the Accra Sports Stadium. Both teams warming up for this big clash. It is Nsoatreman who are coming up against Constantine from Algeria, and is the second preliminary stage of the CAF Confederation Cup. Last season, we were all super excited because Dreams FC went all the way to the semi-final only to be knocked out by Zamalek from Egypt. So let's hope that Nsoatreman will follow suit and even go on to lay their hands on the trophy. My name is Mutala Yakubu. You're still watching Max TV and Start Times at the patch channel 247. Don't go nowhere. We will be right back.
You don't hear. That's